We are there.
We're live, son. What's going on,
We're
bro?
live.
How you doing? Welcome back. It is Dead Man Talking live, the aftercast with Blaze That Homie and my motherfucking homie, Jamie Madrox. Say what's up, dude.
What's up, man? How y'all doing? It's good to be back. Nice to see you.
It is excellent. We were just having some crazy times and talking some crazy shit. And yeah, it's just because it's been so crazy. As
it has been. No, it's just fuck yeah. There's a lot of stuff going on, and and it's easy. I was saying to Blaze that there's a lot of stuff that happens, and it's easy to fall between the cracks, so to speak, if you're not literally monitoring the interwebs at every given moment of the day. It's very easy for you to miss out on some of your very very favorite things that have stuff coming out or have projects in the works or all that kind of shit. So when Blaze and I spot some shit that really makes us smile, we try to make sure that we enlighten y'all about it too, because we just assume that, like us, sometimes that shit is just
falls through the cracks and
right, man.
Don't see that shit.
Like, you mean to tell me that there ain't no more, like, I don't know, they took off the season or whatever. Like, I've heard a couple things that were just like,
they done said Blaze's album wasn't titled Cadaver, and I did not know that damn shit.
Hell yeah. You better know about it. I'd have had a commercial. I'd have had something written out. Yeah.
Some flying.
Fuck yeah. Next time I'll have my album drawn out. I'm gonna have like your logo on a stick and shit.
I'm telling you, wildin'. No, it's crazy time still. Once again, I don't want to go into the Debbie Downer mode right now, but I just have to get this.
Hold on.
Happening and bang into it. Okay.
Wait,
right back.
Rewind that.
Crazy
Rewind
times,
that.
like I said. Don't want to be the Debbie Downer, but I have to if I must.
Heard that.
Most shit's coming back. Like right now, baseball is in fact back. They've been doing their thing. Nobody in the stands, but 2 teams have already had massive amounts of people test positive for COVID because in some strange reason, they're still allowed to travel from state to state and city to city, as opposed to just being bubbled up for fucking so many days so they can play their fucking games where they're in a bubble and nobody gets in, like what's happening with the NBA. Where it is
hold up. Because let me ask. I just want to ask a question about that because I'm stupid and I don't understand that completely. How would they be able to play another team if you didn't travel to get there? That's my question for the outside looking in.
Start off like what the NBA did was you'd have to go into the season earlier and you'd have to dedicate a few months. You'd have to bring family inside of this bubble with you, and they cannot leave said area, or they'd have to be outside and they have to wait until you get done with this thing because you have to be able to test, negative every day for whatever it is. There's 60 games in the season, so I'm assuming there's probably give them maybe 2 days off a week. So you just average whatever that time is. That's how long it's going to be. They're going to be gone. You know what I mean? 3 months.
I'm just saying, no. So to fully understand the situation, when you as well as a couple people, like I watch a few of my favorite YouTube channels, Sports Card Investor and stuff like that, when they refer to the bubble. When they refer to the bubble, you guys are legitimately. See, I never ask these questions because I'm talking to you, so I feel like I'm comfortable enough.
It's not like the Simpsons bubble from the.
No. I get that. That's what I was gonna say. But when you refer to the bubble, you're essentially referring to a massive quarantined area where people are conditioning and all being tested on the daily in which to play with. And then you're saying when they leave that bubble and go to another bubble, that's where you believe that the contamination is happening. Am I correct? How I'm receiving this?
Yeah, it's because they're not fully they're just taking care of you, like how me and you are every day. We're wearing masks to go to the next place. Sure. We are maintaining 6 feet away from each other, but things are going to eventually happen where you just, you come in contact with it somewhere on your way. So that's what's happening with these players, and it's happening in 2 different places. So they had to just postpone games, which they've done. They've canceled games for one of the teams for. I think it was for the the St. Louis Cardinals, it happened because they were supposed to play the Tigers and the shit happened. So it's like, yeah, there's 2 teams that it's actually happened for. And
well, and hopefully speedy recovery to anybody who has tested positive.
Yeah, I want everybody to be fine because I think they can. It's like they are, higher, like you said. It's like most athletes are, obviously top physical performance, so they should be able to, come through it. It's like,
well, no, agreed.
14-day type shit. You got to keep waiting out every period or whatever it is that they're trying to quarantine these players, because as soon as one guy gets it, now 8 guys got it, and it doesn't matter if they're the 8 guys that are your pitchers. Now your whole fucking half your team, you can't even play the game. So that's what it is.
When you're playing like basketball specifically, it to me seems like a lot of sweaty arms hitting each other, unless you're wearing the arm shields, which only a few players do. But to me, it seems like it's more like a wrestling where you're body on body. Where baseball, I feel you're far enough away from a motherfucker that even if he pitches and spit or sweat flung, so to speak, you're still got like it's hitting the mound, the ground. It's not you're not even fucking close. But like with basketball again, or maybe even like football, like soccer football. I mean, but or football, like football. You know what I mean? Like you're smashing into motherfuckers and rubbing arms. You're talking shit over a motherfucker, and your sweat's dripping out of your helmet on him, and you're like, "That's right, motherfucker," and you're getting your football on, and you're just contaminated, motherfucking number 5.
You tackle somebody like you want to kill a motherfucker.
I'm just saying, no, but I understand. At least I believe I understand.
Getting crazy when they're out there talking on the field, just getting mad. Like, I'm coming for your ass. I've seen it. How many times I've seen this shit?
I would
absolutely have some fun. Like Lawrence Taylor about to take somebody's head off.
I would assume you're right. I would assume that most players are like, got so much, just like how we are, just so much pent up in aggression and anger, just that when you perform, I want to assume that they're playing at like maximum overdrive, which has to reflect greatly in their performance, or in some cases make you too overzealous where you blow some shit or blow out your heel or your ankle or some shit because you're just so amped up on your own adrenaline that you think you're unstoppable, and you blow your fucking Achilles or you blow fucking whatever, something. And it's like that kind of shit is unfortunate, but it is amazing to see how many people are able to harness that kind of power or energy or whatever, and channel it into what they do and really, sharpen their pencil, so to speak. So that shit's it's something to watch, man. I'll tell you that much. It's crazy, but yeah, man. Again, props to all the people that have tested positive and speedy recovery, y'all motherfuckers.
For sure.
Yeah, man.
I just said,
for real, because I mean, we're talking about sports stars that people love.
Yeah, I wanted to let you know where it was going right now because everybody's talking about coming back. But like I said, so far the NBA is doing well because they're all in Disney World and they're staying out at this area and they just play the games and whatever. I guess they're staying in rooms and and they do whatever. They stay inside the bubble and you don't got to worry about shit. And you just whatever it is.
I've also noticed just from a collector and in a potential investor standpoint, like looking at and listening to some of the channels and people that I watch and the information consumed, I think that it's crazy to see how the lack of everyone having in sports entertainment, just entertainment, whether it be sports or anything, but people just being so very deprived of it. That when a lot of these first timer rookies are getting out and they're just playing a scrimmage and it's affecting their secondary market prices of their trading cards, double, triple, 4 times sometimes in fold, because people are so derived of just I want sports so fucking bad. Oh my God, that guy just did amazing. He's gonna be $1 million, and everybody starts aggressively buying him. It's just amazing to be a spectator and watch all of this shit transpire in a time where people are clearly. It's almost in some senses. And I don't mean this disrespectfully, but in some senses, it's almost like a sense of desperation. Like you're just so want it so bad that you're willing to just bust your nut over anything. Oh my God, he shot a fucking free throw. Oh my God.
Look at that. There's 2
I need 28 of his rookie cards now. And you're just like, holy fuck, dude. But that's the kind of level of piss and vinegar these people are applying into this into the secondary market. So it's amazing to see how much these prices are literally double and tripling because these young guys are out there fucking giving it their all. So super dope. Super dope.
Yeah, for sure.
And I hope that they fix that at some point too. Like I wonder that they thermostat their foreheads for they play or something like that. I wonder. No, I'm saying like they do that shit. You can't go into the Apple store without getting thermostat. That's real talk. Walk into Apple, you got to put your fucking head in the thing like you're there to see Cobra Commander.
Everywhere they're going with that, they're going in and they got different, type of ideas or what the fuck. Yes, they have to do their temperatures and different shit like that.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I just want to make sure that
they also are required like one of the real COVID tests, whatever that is, sticking something up your nose and shoving it all the way. Fucking taking a piece of it.
So then, as far as you're concerned, no. Well, I mean, he said stick it in their ass, a little stool sample, whatever you need. I got you. No, but
shove it in your fucking up your nose.
Right. No, but to understand the way you feel, you're basically saying that you're not saying that you feel that these recent cases of people catching COVID is not from the negligence of any team or anybody's personal doing. You're just feeling that it was inevitable, or do you feel that there's
I think it's the players aren't taking. I mean, because everybody has to take.
You think it's just personal players, hygiene, etc.
Yeah, it's like I think it's just people have to take precaution on their own. And,
fair enough.
And it's just like anything else. Like some people are, I see people here that believe it's real, and some people believe it's a hoax still. So it's like
interesting.
You're going to get the same thing. So you'll get the same thing with players. I'm sure people aren't going to go full on and do everything that's required, which is pretty minimal for instance, like wearing a mask, washing your hands. I mean, washing your hands shouldn't be that tough to do.
Well, no, I mean, it's like, for example,
kind of a cool thing that we thought was
fair
cool
enough. I mean, I think it's shitty to say it's subjective, but
that's what I think it is. It's like I think everybody's not taking their full precautions.
For sure. What I was going to say, it's like you can see to some degree, like Amazon, to the excessiveness that it's taken to where, like, they're sliding clipboards across 6 feet away from each other, or they have to, again, stick their face in this like machine that digitally reads temperatures. And as soon as you walk through the procession, you get gloves and a face mask. And it's like taking that level of, it's a little bit over the top, but is it? Because in any percentile that it is real to somebody who's a skeptic and think it isn't, then that's at least a good enough chance that if it was real, you can rest assured, motherfucker. You know what I mean? Rather be what you ever heard the safer than sorry kind of shit. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong, but you know what the fuck I mean.
Yeah, we've all heard.
So that's the thing I'm thinking.
It's always been that way, and that's kind of what it is. It's like
Right. No, I mean, I give them props for taking precautions. I don't consider it excessive. I consider it their choice as a company to protect their employees the way they feel according.
Right now, they're the ones that, because, and that's what it's being said. The real reason I said it is because baseball doesn't really have a plan set up for people. And that's kind of why the NFL is still on their way to getting to the season. Now, just last week, the Lions own Matthew Stafford. I'm wearing Lions gear, by the way, today. He tested positive for COVID, or was put on the COVID-19 list, right?
Okay.
So, come to find out today, or earlier today, or the day before, I just found out that he was actually a false positive, and he did not.
That's awesome. Well, good for him.
So he does not have anything. So now he's off the list. Well, that's the whole thing. They don't really have any set idea what to do if somebody gets it. Like these people, the reason why I applaud the NBA is because they went to somewhere and they were like, well, we're going to go somewhere and bring everybody that doesn't have it there and then play the season out for everybody that doesn't have it there. And you can't come in if you have it until it's over.
I mean, it's a shitty way to say it, but it's like Walking Dead. That's just like Walking Dead. What happens when you get bit in Walking Dead? You stay out of the circle and get tied to a tree until you turn.
Just hang out no more. They ain't gonna chain you to a tree.
Right? Ain't there a joke about that? Like you hanging out with me and you get bit. It was a Resident Evil joke or some shit. Mike Epps, goddamn it, shout out. Fuck. Yeah, man. I just. I don't know, man. I just think it's crazy. I mean, it's that kind of theory. You're sick. Well, he's about to turn, tie him to a tree and just pull off in the RV. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. It's like, that's a horrible way of saying it. But I mean, in some sense, what it is the cut and dry word. That's more, it's fucking, it's cord, like keep yourself away from it. As soon as a motherfucker's infected, you keep them away because you're potentially infecting other people. It's a risk at that point. If there's even and that's again showing you the level of severity, because it really was a false positive. He probably was just running a fever that day, and they were like, bounce.
I mean,
go
it could
home.
have been anything,
Don't
right?
come in. Don't touch shit. Like, don't touch me.
Nobody knows the extent of like testing positive. It's like testing.
We don't.
Like,
we don't.
I see a lot of people, and that's what the whole thing is. Like nobody has gotten a test. They're like, I haven't gotten it. I've not been tested, right? Have you been tested?
No.
So there's two people right here. Now I'm sure that everybody that's on this thing, I'll have everybody on here telling me they have, and I'm sure they haven't, because that's the same
everybody
shit.
Everybody on here telling you they haven't?
No, but they also haven't been really tested. It's like it's
I was about to say, don't be saying that shit. Y'all lie. You's a motherfucking lie. Y'all don't got it.
But they act like it's
really, you better,
but there you go. See,
motherfucker. Okay. Well then, good. I'm happy that y'all Blizzard. Hey man, real talk. I'm happy that y'all safe and stay safe. That's important. But yeah, that's crazy.
No, man. No, that's the whole thing. It's like till they come with like a home test, then and anybody can get it. It's like I suppose that you're an NBA player or you're just driving up to one of those testing, like a random testing site, and you're waiting
in pissing on a stick like a pregnancy test.
But other than that, it's like if you're an NBA player or an NFL player or NHL player, somebody like that, you're getting tested just like the president's being tested, and all his people, like every day, they're going to be tested because they can easily just afford it and randomly test them every single fucking day if they want to.
Right.
People like everyday Joes that are just chilling in their fucking house ain't getting tested every goddamn day. So it's like they can't know that they'll get the one time and it's a false positive like Matt Stafford got. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Well, I mean, again, you know what I mean? It's just like I said, I think it's just it's precautionary levels that people who are, in positions of having to see out everyone's better interest are trying to, implement. And if it's extreme to some people, then I don't know. I guess it's an opinion, but at the end of the day, if you really just want the entertainment value, then let them do what they have to do so they can get out there and perform and play a game for you so you can enjoy it. I mean, I don't fucking know. What do you want from me?
They're allowing people to opt out, but they're they keep stretching the date to when they're allowing them. And that's what I'm saying. It's like they haven't really given them what they can do if something happens during the season, God forbid somebody does, and they're like, do we take 14 days off? Are you still paying us? Or are you just kicking us to the curb and we're fucking done? What happens here? Let me know. So I mean, but they're telling them you can opt out of the season, but we're not going to tell you what the fuck could happen if this did happen. That's the realness. That's all I was asking. That's why the question was even brought up. I just wanted to see. That's wild, man. That's
crazy. Again, that's nuts. It's sports. It's fucking sports.
And other weird sporting news I wanted to get to because we're out in it and we've been talking about it. Let's bring up topic one if we can here. And here it is. You see this here? Mr. Mike Tyson versus Mr. Roy Jones Jr. They are versus right here.
First thing I see Mike Tyson all salt and pepper over there.
Yes.
But he still looked like he could whoop your ass, but he got a little salt and pepper.
Yes.
Hey, but for real though, but I bet I've seen him though. Like he don't fuck around. He stays in shape. So I mean,
Tail the tape says that Mike Tyson is in fact 54 years old.
Okay.
And Roy Jones Jr. is in fact 51 years old. So
really?
3-year difference here.
Wow.
I believe that Tyson actually fought in heavyweight and Roy was maybe light heavyweight.
Okay.
So there might be a little bit of difference on maybe a little bit of weight, but I don't know. From
that perspective, who's had like, and this is a dumb question. Maybe I'm not asking it properly. What I want to know is who. Wait, I'm trying to word what I want to know because I was going to say who has fought the most, who has had more fights, or more importantly, who's had the fight most currently. I guess that's the one I want to know. And did they win?
I would probably say it's tough, but I would probably say maybe Jones Jr. because
probably Jones Jr. probably had a fight more recently. They're saying Tyson for sure. You're saying Casey. You're saying to win, taking the W. You're saying Tyson for sure.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is it's only it's supposed to be a 8-round exhibition, right?
Okay.
coming out of retirement. Obviously, Jones Jr. coming out of retirement. They're saying it's happening.
Alfred said Tyson going to get his ass whooped. I'm listening to you.
It's happening September 12th. And what's like I
Big
said,
Ninja WCR got money on Tyson.
Yeah, what's really wild is what people are saying is that they do not want a knockout from either. They just want a nice sparring match, a nice little 8-round exhibition sparring match from the two of them. Gentlemen to go in there and not fully kill each other, but box it out.
So they're looking for a gentleman's fight. They're not looking for one of these MMA beat your fucking eye out of the socket joints. They just want to clean. They want everybody to be able to throw some money around. And
I believe I think that's one of the ones. The reason why it's going to be like,
are they going to fight like this?
Because they want. They
are they going to fight like this?
Everybody knows how many times did Mike Tyson get banged, and like a headbutt or whatever he calls it before he fucking bit his ear off. So it's like,
I mean, but it's like, yeah, I don't know, man. That
was what his reasoning was for this whole situation. He said, obviously he was getting beat up a little bit here and there too during the fight.
Right. I mean, well, come on, man. You're not going to be the champ forever. I mean, I guess at the end of time, it's more about taking a hindsight perspective look at the career and seeing when he shined the most and when he was an unstoppable force and how long he was that unstoppable force for. And I'm gonna say that if you did that research, he was probably unstoppable for a good while. Who was the one who took him out of his fame? Buster Douglas?
It's tough to say, yes. Buster Douglas beat him in Japan. And I think that was the ending of some.
And everybody used to say that was a fucking fluke, and tried to rob Douglas. He's a paper champ, and try to take Douglas's title from him, like Douglas didn't earn it. Douglas whooped his ass and whatever, but there was some speculation. And it's like, why can't he just have his W?
It was a long count in one of the corners. There was a little bit of weird. There was some stuff that was.
But again, let the dude have his W.
There was some things that could have maybe been went either way.
Different. But for what it's worth, let the guy have his W. It's like Tyson, y'all got like 35 W's. Douglas got 1. Let him have it. Like, what the fuck are we talking about?
For sure.
So I don't know.
Worked his ass off for that fight. He was the better boxer that day because Mike did. He wasn't working for it. He was like, I'm the champ. I don't need to do anything but be the champ, and I'm going to win this fight. And I think it was a lot more stuff on his mind at the time that was.
Yeah. I'll agree with that. You know what I mean? But again,
and he was set up for a perfect time for Buster to come in and beat him.
Christina said she's going with Tyson. My gut says I want to go with Tyson. I mean, he's my heart choice. Like, we'll go with your heart. Like, yeah, it's Tyson. Tyson will do it.
To me, I need to know one thing. I need to know reach, at least, because that's one thing that if Tyson's one of them he's got to get inside to punch somebody, but he's got a hard punch. So it's like, is it going to be everything's could be a knockout punch? So you got to be like, like Roy Jones Jr. is also, he used to be he could knock people out as well, but he also was kind of technical. Like he can move around a little bit different. So he kind of is quick on his feet. So it might be a little, I don't know, man. It's a tough fight to call because you never know.
Not that I'm not endorsing betting, or we're not endorsing betting by any way, shape, or form. But if I was, arguably, for the topic of conversation, if I was putting money on one of these two people, I would legitimately go and research and see who was the last one to have a fight, when last. Because, at this point, it's kind of like a reputation versus reputation battle. And that can get lost in fandom. If you're really trying to call it straight down the middle and not play favoritism, it's who's the last one who was engaged in a fight and did they win? How many rounds did they go? And how long ago did the opponent, how long ago before they, or rather how long ago when they had a fight, and did they win or lose? When was their last? And it's like, and then from there, I would see how much, because I'm now in the world we live in with social media, I would assume that, I would look at their social medias and see who's training the hardest, who's looking the tonest, who looks like they really want it,
It's if it's anything,
and then I would lay my money accordingly.
I swear it's like I think they have contracts in the contracts that it can't be like a punt, like a knockout style one. They don't want it in 3 rounds type shit. So I'm sure they're going to try to go in there and spar for a while. But it's a very interesting match. I don't,
Well, yeah, because they know, it's going to be some
to knock each other's head off in their prime, but not when they're like 54 and 51 years old.
As cool as
Rocky out there jumping back, doing it again, and even
as
in the
cool
movie,
as it is to see,
it was kind of weird when they computer generated it. Like, bro, you shouldn't be in the ring.
No, it's cool. Well, I was gonna say it's as cool as it is to see, like that smooth knockout. It makes for a shitty show. It makes for people who do have money tied up in it or any type of Las Vegas. I mean, come on, we've been walking the floors on the way back to our hotels after a show that night in any random casino and just hearing people screaming at a fucking television because they either lost it all or won it all on a team that was playing or a fight that was happening literally in real time, being broadcasted from the fucking parking lot or something. Like, I don't fucking know, but it's insane like that. So to know that,
that's what we've been looking for.
Is that the stats?
You see that?
Okay.
Last fight with Tyson was in 2005. Jones, 2018, bro.
That changes the game right there a lot, dude.
Look at the height. It's only a 1-inch difference, and it's Jones.
I mean, that doesn't do much to me as much as knowing that literally this guy had a fight 2 years ago.
He's got 3 inches on the reach. This is one of the reasons why Holyfield beat up Mike Tyson so handily. Obviously,
his arms are longer.
Holyfield was a little better boxer, but he had reach. He could kind of hold him back from him a little bit with punches, with his jabs. And every time he got inside, it was, frustrating because then he would get punched for real from the other side. So then he got mad and started, or he would headbutt him to try to get into position.
Crazy.
It's wild, bro.
It's crazy, man. I don't know, man. That changes the game. I can't front knowing that Jones Jr. had that fight not even 2 years ago, and then looking at Tyson and seeing that you haven't been in a squared circle in 15 years. That's a big. You're resting on laurels at that point, though, dude. I got to see some gym footage of you in there skipping rope and fucking somebody up in a sparring ring or something with padding on. You just beating the shit out of somebody like Bruce Lee in the front. Like, show me something because I might be swinging towards.
That's right. It's tough to say, man.
But it was funny though because when we were looking at the comments, the ones that were posted from the viewers, hanging out with us right now, that a lot of them were going with Tyson, which again I love because at this point. It's literally, see, Tyson going to drop that dude regardless. I love it. It's like everybody's dedication to Tyson is fucking killing it, and I love that. And that's awesome. I hope he's in Tyson hands down. Look at that shit. Good word, Wally. Wally was like, let me give you the good word. Bless up. Tyson,
there's a lot of Tyson, a lot of Tyson back in here.
That's great. No, that's super cool, man. That's
I'm not very mad at it. I said it's not a bad bet. It's definitely not a bad bet.
It's a fun bet. It's a fun bet
in this match.
Because as it sits right now, it says Tyson's got this. He blew his fucking the ring. Okay, y'all talking about 15 years ago in the ring. Y'all better. I don't know, man. Like, for real, it's Tyson. See, Tyson. Everybody Tyson. I hope it is Tyson. I got Tyson. You can make some motherfucking money right now if you bet everybody $1 that Roy Jones Jr. finna win. If he whooped that ass. He whooped that ass, boy. Y'all better pay up y'all's dollars. That's great. I bet you $1 he don't. Real talk, like for real. You see, look, Tyson definitely. They're like, I'll take that bet. Tyson looked good in the gym recently. Okay, that's good to know. Thank you, Ronnie B, for letting us know that insight. I'm saying my heart is with my heart. My heart coins are with Tyson, but my pocket change, Roy Jones Jr.
They're wilding, man.
They're wilding, dude. People are feeling that shit. They're dope.
Feeling it. I get it.
No, I like it. I like what they're feeling.
Good
deal. That's cool as shit, dude. No, that's cool as fuck, dude. I think it's neat.
We got one person that's throwing Junior in there. Zach, he wants to take
it's a rarity. People are just not confident about Jones Jr., dude. I'm telling you, that bet, it's like what, everybody to one if he whoops his ass.
Hey,
that's the greatest.
And you know what's happening? I think it's Shark Week too, or it's coming up.
It is. It's Tyson versus Shark Week on one of the channels. I don't know which one it is.
wrestling or fighting a shark or something too. So first he's got to beat a shark.
Oh my God.
Then he's gonna go for
I just don't understand. Yeah, like I hope it's a guy named Shark and not just him.
Yeah.
Right. I just hope it's a guy named Shark and not him getting fucking, bit up by some fucking aquatic tank full of sharks.
There you go. Zach said he's got 5 on Junior and he's talking 500. That's what he said.
Well, shit, Zach, I'm telling you, you bust that up 500 ways and you got 500 people in this chat room that all got Tyson. You finna win big. I'm telling you, bust it up. Take everybody. Tell everybody, dollar you don't. Good. That's crazy as hell. No, that's funny. That's old school shit. When the side bettings, when people will be rolling dice and they calling numbers and people calling numbers. Come on, Lil Joe, roll the dollar he don't or dollar he do. You make that side bet, you fuck around and hustle up quick. How you like $10 off $1?
Dollar he do.
Dollar he do. Dollar he do. Oh, dollar he don't. All right, cool. Up he didn't. Give me that dollar. That's it. That's dope, man. That's good shit. So yeah. Crazy shit.
Remember the Loonies and Toonie game with the quarters banging off the wall?
Holy shit. All our overseas fam on them Loonies and Toonies. Or no, that's actually Canadian fam, Loonies and Toonies. Now that I think about it, I was thinking that was Europe. No, that's Canada.
Oh yeah.
Y'all got some Loonies and Toonies. Them shits is dope. And y'all's money is smells like maple syrup, and that's pretty fucking cool. That's a fun fact. If you've never been to Canada, you should go there. Their money's awesome. It smells
Another fun fact about their money: you cannot rip it. Correct? Didn't we give Matt Nips a $20 bill and told him if he can rip this in front of us, that he could keep said $20 bill?
And he could not, which makes me to believe that it's manufactured from indestructible fibres.
I think he took the bill. It's all said and done, and he teethed it. He ripped it with his teeth.
We thought he was trying to rip it with his teeth. He was really sucking all the maple syrup out of it because he's a creep. No, I'm just kidding. But he couldn't rip it. He couldn't rip it. He came back with maple on his lip. He couldn't rip it. It was indestructible. That's crazy. Loonies and Toonies. Pretty dope.
Wow. All right. I see somebody said they don't rip, but they melt in a dryer.
Yes, someone says yes. Airwolf Engineers saying yes, it's a special plastic. It's pretty looking too. Like if you made sports cards that look like Canadian money, that'd be dope. Like those acetate pieces in there, that's pretty fucking cool.
That's wild.
Unless they've changed it since I've been there. It's been a minute.
Yeah. All right. Well, moving on to the next story here. I had another topic I wanted to kick it to you, and it was about movie news. Okay. And I had seen this little bit of, I think it's a poster of some sort, just a picture of what I guess it's the beginning here of the New Mutants. Yep, there it is.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know if you don't watch much of Game of Thrones, but that right there is from Macy Williams from Game of Thrones, I believe her name is.
The blonde one?
No. All the way to the other end.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, yep. Right. Oh, okay, yeah. Now seeing the face, she looks familiar from like the promotional commercials and shit. Maybe. I'd have to see her in the shit.
She plays Arya Stark, I believe, in the show. Anyway, the New Mutants is supposed to hit theaters. It was supposed to be in August, like I think at the end of this month, but they might be moving it to Disney Plus in September due to some of the COVID shit going on right now. Because they talked about, like, I've heard they keep pushing this to, it's going to be in theaters at this time. It's going to be in theaters at this time. And then you see it in other countries where it's supposed to be in theaters at this time. And then they push you to a spot where it says September the 3rd, which I believe is what they're talking about when Disney Plus is talking about putting it on there. So I don't know how they're going to work it out, but they're, it's another version of Marvel type stuff in the lore of. And I don't know if you know anything about it, but the blonde is actually supposed to be, that's Magic, aka Colossus' sister, Ilya Rasputin, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Am I saying that right?
Wait, who is it? Who's the next one?
It's supposed to be Colossus' sister.
I can't confirm. I know that the character Magic had a 2 or 3 part miniseries from Marvel way back in the day, which kind of relates to but doesn't relate to this version of the character. But I know the imagery of her.
I think she has Lockheed somewhere in here as well.
Yeah, she has this kind of a Witchblade vibe where she gets make these energy blades that like energy swords,
like a soul sword, I believe they call it,
and like that is
soul sword,
very popular, a fan favorite, if you will.
Yeah, her body it turns like that style, like kind of not Colossus style, but she's got her own version, and that's kind of what it was.
Mm-hmm.
That she is going to be she will be related to him, but who knows if they're going to bring him into any of the series.
They're going to pay attention to all the details. I was going to say like they I like how in the beginning, it's been some time since obviously the beginning, the first teasers and whatnot, but I kind of liked how even though it was Marvel, they pushed it in a very dark, almost like a horror kind of trailer.
Their version kind of like a horror
thing.
It's supposed to be rated PG-13, which it doesn't call for much of it being great, but still.
But when they did that, it was just it was kind of like when Rob Zombie directed that I want to say it was a fabric softener commercial or something like that, and it was just so grim and crazy, and it just attracted you to it. It was like, I think that's what kind of Marvel did in this situation. When the first couple trailers they released, they gave it this kind of a horror movie or a very suspense, borderline mystery horror deal, and then when you figured out, oh shit, it's the New Mutants. And then, just I'm interested. I will watch it at some point. I do want to see what they do to it. I'm sure everyone will be healthily disappointed in it because it won't meet their standards of whatever.
I'm sure. Yeah,
I don't know. I think for what it's worth.
So far, they said they got their cast is it's supposed to be Magic and Wolfsbane, Mirage, Ball, and Sunspot.
There you go. No, that's dope. But what I don't like, if I must be honest, what I don't like is I don't like how you're I don't want to say the word forced, but for lack of better terms, you're forced to buy a platform to see a movie. What if you just wanted to a la carte see that movie? You should be able to do like a VOD or a on-demand feature where you can buy said movie. I don't want a full month of whatever the fuck your whole channel. I don't want a full month of any channel for that fact. I sometimes just want to be random and fancy free and just say, hey, I want to watch this tonight, and boom, it's available. And the fact that it will not be, that's kind of a deterrent to me on probably how long I'll see it. I'm like you, it'll probably wait till it comes to FYE on some sort of a Blu-ray edition, and I'll probably just scarf it up then and check it out and watch the director's cut and whatever, because I'm like, fuck that. I just it's too many hoops to jump through just to see the product. If you really want people to ingest the product, make it available. Stop making it such a hard way to get to it, especially with it being such a fuck time and you not being able to have an access of entertainment when there is something that people are wanting to see, and then you make them go through some and then download this app and now get this and now make sure that you load up, and it's like, dude, just put the fucking movie where I can see it. That's my thoughts, whatever. But I will see it. I was excited for it. I still am excited for it.
I'm interested. If the stuff that I read sounds very interesting, and
I want to know.
Ninja keeps asking me there ain't gonna be no
100% agree.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
It's like props. Thanks.
Airwolf for real. Move on from Logan and Wolverine and move on to X-23 in that series, but I don't know.
Well, what I wanted to know too is from my comic book fandom is I want to know, there was an arc where I say it wrong. It was House of X and Powers of 10, but it was Powers of X. It's the number X, which could also be Roman numeral 10. Numeral 10.
That is. Yes.
But in that storyline, there was this character, Maura McTaggart, and basically it was implied that if you go all the way back to the late 70s X-Men, that her and Professor Xavier were the ones that came in contact with the New Mutants. And to some degree, he said, I'm going to go build this team. you handle this portion, and this may be, and I could be way off on this, and I hope I'm not, because if I am, that's going to make me want to see it all the more. But this may be the facility in which she built to contain, control, and teach these kids who clearly don't know how powerful they are to become X-Men one day. Right. So if that is the premise of this movie, let's go. I'm in.
Yeah.
So that's fresh. And if it's not, I still want to go for the ride. And I
was told when I heard horror-esque, and it's like when you think of the characters, it does make sense. Mirage, Wolfsbane, some of the people, they do. Magic,
for real, man. It's got hella dark vibes, and you know, you're talking about a bunch of frustrated kids who are teenagers who have powers that normal folks don't have. So when you get angry and how pissed you get, imagine if, you know, you blinked your eyes and all of a sudden gamma rays came blasting out and just cutting everything in half. I can only imagine Mr. Summers, Mr. Scott, you know, like I can't imagine what that's like. So it's cool to, when you wrap your mind in that concept of the characters and you kind of just, you know, take it with a grain of salt. I think it's easy to fall into it and have a fun ride. I'm excited. I hope it's going to be good. I hope it's going to be good.
All right. Well, in some other news and some other crazy news, and I think it's the next story here we have right here. I don't know if you've seen this.
Okay.
Soon, Firestarter remake, I hear, is in the works.
Really?
And, it's getting approval from Stephen King. And the director promises melting faces, among other flavors. And they say the screenplay was written by Scott Teems, who also wrote Halloween Kills. So it's supposed to be some crazy.
Interesting.
They're going a little bit.
I think that with the success of it and just it really, really like skyrocketing off of the launch pad, that all that did is pretty much green light every story the man has penned to either be re-envisioned and put out for today's market, because a fucking an original, Casey, but like original story renditions are all dated. We not too long ago, if you'll recall, we got Dirty Pillows, the remake of Carrie, which was a modern retelling with the CGIs. We got to see the knives fly properly the way that they were intended. So it's always going to be your more updated take on it. It's just interesting to see that it's actually like, and that the director, you said, or the writer of Halloween Kills is attached to it.
He's the screenplay,
the writer. Okay, which is cool, because obviously I don't know who that is, but if they're fucking around with Halloween Kills,
name Scott Teems.
Well, I know that the main dude from Halloween, something Green, David Thornton Green or something. No, that's the actually I take that back. That's the Terrifier, man. But but the guy that's running the whole fucking show for Halloween and just the franchise, the director dude who's been doing the last couple of them, he's been handpicking people that are like very important to his standards. So the fact that he would be working in parallel with that, it's got to come with high prestige. So it only makes sense that it'll be one of those. I just hope it's not like this whole quick direct to DVD vibe. The guys.
From what I'm hearing, it's going to be a different take, a little bit different take. Obviously, it's going to be still the child, the girl, and I think her father, but they're going to have a run from somebody chasing them for maybe trying to, to either
kind of like an 11 from Stranger Things. We know you have said power. We need you for the government, ET style. I got you. I feel you.
And I think it's just going to be a different take, but it's more, maybe it might be more direct to the book. I don't know. It's like
interesting.
I was reading some of the stuff. It sounds interesting. They said they're going to true to what Stephen King, and he's already greenlit the thing. He thinks it sounds great and he thinks it's cool. So I'm like, wow, I'm just interested to see what it's going to look like.
I agree because I think that when in comparison, watching the new versions of the movies, and then it's sad to say, but when you do take in the new material and then you go back and you watch the originals, unless there is a very, very strong emotional attachment to that movie, it feels dated. It doesn't hit the same way. It just doesn't. So when just it blew out the water, it's like everything that dude was attached to. So I'm interested. We'll see.
Yeah, for sure.
Anybody starring worth anything attached to it at this point?
I have not seen anything yet. That was the only thing I seen.
Okay.
The screenplay was written by him. Yeah, that was it, basically.
I'm interested to see if Blumhouse or someone's attached to it too, because they seem to be putting out a lot of those more high-end budget movies and shit like that. So it'll be interesting to see who actually put this out.
Yeah, definitely.
Right on.
All right, and some other news. I was thinking some gaming news I had here. It was the next topic.
I'm trying to keep thinking. I'm trying to think of dude's name. It's driving me crazy because I can't think of the director's guy. I want to say it's something Green, but they both have Green in the name. Interesting.
David Gordon Green is what Casey threw out there with a question mark. Does that sound?
Is that the director of Halloween?
David Gordon Green. Does that sound right?
David Gordon Green. Maybe that's what it is. Yes. I believe that is the man I was trying to refer to, but I think I said Thornton in there, which referred me to the Terrifier. So thank you for clearing that up for me. I appreciate you greatly for that. That I feel better now. Go ahead.
All right, well,
here we are.
I seen they have this thing called the Analog Pocket. It's available for pre-order right now, but the pre-order has already been, everybody has been so much on that shit. It's crazy as fuck. They're blasting through it. So
what is it?
Yeah, it destroyed the internet in their area, and now they're still trying to get their pre-order on because it's crazy as fuck. It's supposed to do some super sickness type shit, including like a handheld that's capable of playing every Game Boy game that existed.
Wow.
And others.
Oh, wait. So this is a game system first and foremost. It's a handheld game system.
But it's like a third-party gaming system, so it's not done by like Nintendo or
okay. I get where you're going with this. I get where you're going with this now.
It's called the Analog Pocket.
Interesting.
And yeah, it's supposed to be able to play every single Game Boy game that ever existed and different things with some add-ons, more shit with add-ons, like other shit, like maybe the old Sega one that they had was a gaming, like a handheld 32-bit one. I think you could play that on there too with this different add-on system.
That's dope. I wonder what's the screen dimension. You know what I mean? Like compared.
It is. Look at it. It looks kind of small.
It does. That's why I'm asking. I'm like in comparison to like a Switch or something. I wonder.
A little smaller than a phone.
I mean, that's what gets kind of the vibes I'm getting at. It kind of looks like what was that thing they used to have, like a Apple Shuffle, like one of those, but a fat one of those.
A little bit, yes, a little bit wider, a little bit.
That kind of vibes to it. But that's interesting though. Now I have so many questions. Like, do you charge it up like a phone, or does it plug into the wall?
There. It's plugged in right now to a charger because you could take it out. And
wow!
So you can get
that's cool as fuck.
Or they have some other system where I think you can set it up to like it looked like it's set up to like a drum machine,
like a dock or something.
So you can do stuff like that. Like you could put your mixes into it. It looks like very interesting, like a lot of different.
So like basically, in essence, it's like some sort of a handheld hub that you can collect all of your music, all of your video games, and pretty much have it in your pocket, so you don't have to do all that data on your phone. You can just blow the ass out of this here and fucking kill it, and here you go. But then what I seen on the back, the reason that I'm asking is on the back I seen of the other photo, it looked like there was a cartridge putter in the top thing.
Yeah,
like a small little. Yeah, see that in the back, that gray one in the back.
Mm-hmm.
That to me looks like one of those little cartridge. Like a Game Boy cartridge.
Like an old Game Boy game. Yep.
Okay, but my question goes back to when you said that it comes preloaded with all of the games.
No,
so I'm wondering,
it's not preloaded. You can
load it.
Yes.
I see.
Yes.
So then maybe, and this would be cool if this was real, because I might just be making this shit up. I don't know. But if this is real, that'd be cool. Maybe in theory, when you put a cartridge in there to play said game, maybe it downloads the game and keeps it in a library, so to speak,
level, right?
As like a file, like a Dropbox or something. That would be fucking next level.
Add-ons, what they're talking about, add-ons. Because usually you can do crazy shit like that when you're doing modded boxes and Xbox.
See what I mean? Right.
Nintendo's. So I'm assuming that's kind of what they're talking about. So you can use add-ons, then you can get all these different.
For sure. Because in theory, then it would be cool because like let's say I had one and you had one and Paul had one and we each bought 3 different games and you let me take your 3 and download them into mine. I swapped my 3 to you, and then vice versa. So at the end of it, each one of our units have 9 games in it because literally when you put to play it, it would just download it. Like we need to invent that motherfucker. That's a great fucking thing right there,
man. That's it. You're done, Analog. We're coming for you as a fourth party system.
Game over.
Sure.
Yep, there it is. So it's a multi-video game system portable. Wow, man. Just crazy. So that screen isn't so bad now seeing it. And it looks like it's a full color LCD.
For sure.
LED. What are we talking about? Yeah, no, LCD right there. There it is.
Yep.
Okay, 3.5. 3.5.
Like an original Game Boy.
Not bad.
Wow.
A little shorter than a G.I. Joe figure. 3 3/4 inch action figure. So you got that. And that's corner to corner. Because they never measure left to right. Don't ask why. I don't have a clue. But I bet you, if it becomes popular,
things, yes, you can. Yep. Okay.
Yeah, like I bet if it becomes popular as we go forward to the right.
Links. Wow, that's pretty cool, man. It's just all the old school shit, just so you can.
Yeah, man.
You can do it.
I'm just wondering as it goes forward. You know what I mean? If they'll make more shit for it, like maybe I don't know, movies.
There you go. Make music with it, bro.
Wow, man, that's pretty cool. Where you get that cool keyboard? See, that's probably more the add-ons, so to speak, that all compatible with this unit.
Into this shit.
Yeah, Pocket is a digital audio workstation built in called
Nano
Loop.
Synthesizer
sequencer. Interesting. Captivating music play. That's and the thing is when you really have like only that, when you really have only that, and you make the dopest beat in the world with just that, that's the kind of shit, man. It's like look at that little setup. It's a small little mixer with like maybe 4 channels.
He used his Pocket. He used
insane.
Analog.
Hey man, I've seen crazier shit. I've seen people recording in fucking closets with mattresses. You know what I mean? Getting that getting that sound, trying to get that cleanest, impact sound.
Mac,
so it's like
or others with MIDI. Yes, you could sync that.
Cool. So not only is it a game thing, it can actually be beneficial to you if you fuck with music or you're interested in music or have had aspirations to fuck with music. It clearly doubles as some sort of an instrument of lack of terms, like a drum machine or some sort of a keyboard where you can make beats. That's pretty fucking cool.
It uses MIDI.
For sure. No, I'm saying that's another sale plus for me. All I need now is a cool fucking, carrying case or a fucking a game pack with like 10 games, for a bulk price to go with it. And that's a sweet ass Christmas gift right there. That's what's it? Do we know what it hits for or if it's available?
No, I know that I just looked it up and it said it was sold out like quick.
Sold out. Wow. Like next episode.
And their response back was like basically telling everybody like, we are sorry, but we are tough. We are trying to do a business during a pandemic. We are really understand that you guys want this. We'll be back up the orders, and the pre-orders will be back up as soon as they can, and we'll get you right back in it. And it's like
kind of like those ninja masks we talked about on the IGP, where you kind of, and again, no disrespect, but you undersell it, meaning like you don't realize how important it's going to be to everybody. So you may not have enough product to meet the demand. So then people are like, holy fuck, it's sold out. And they're like, whoa, slow down. We didn't know everyone was going to love this. We're completely over the moon about it. But please give us 15 minutes or something to wipe our ass and fucking get this shit back in production for y'all.
True.
So that's cool. Good shit, man. Really, really cool find on that one. I'm definitely going to look into that. I like it. I still think that's cool about the, what is that? Okay,
there you go. There's
the price. Is that the price? We're looking at $200.
$200.
Bad.
The black or the white version.
It's almost compatible with a phone, a cell phone. pretty much $200.
Now, if you can call home on it, that would fucking throw me over the edge.
Yeah, no, of course, if you could call home on the motherfucker, then yeah. But that's the thing, though. I think maybe that's why this thing will be a little better off, because
ours is gonna call home, Madrox, damn it, and it's gonna FaceTime it, damn it.
Hey man, but you know what I mean? It's like maybe that's a cool thing to try to get kids back into the games or whatever, because now it's a lot about the I don't know. I think it's cool. It's like there's a mix-up. There's a mix-up.
Get outside with the game. Now you can go walking with that motherfucker.
I mean, I'm sure because what I was going to say is I'm sure at some point someone will essentially have their buddy film them playing this, and they'll post that too. What I was going to say is it's a way to kind of like social media distance, even if you wanted to, clear your mind, clear your plate for a while, and focus back into your gaming, which this would be, and or music. Maybe, for example, again, it would be a perfect world. You could put on your favorite album from your fucking playlist, and then start your favorite game and sit down and enjoy some fucking, unadulterated fucking straightforward gaming with your favorite tunes blasting, you kicking ass and getting your high score the way you always do.
That's it, man. The way it
should be, man. I think that's pretty fucking cool. A great product. Cool. I like it. You got anything else, bro?
I had that I wanted to kick to you here was about the Avengers game. I think we passed the picture up one time.
Okay.
We can get back to the old Avengers.
There we go. No.
Oh,
yep. No. One more.
One more back. There we go.
There you go. And we're back.
Bang.
That looks like a fucking comic book.
It's coming out. It's available September 4th.
Okay.
And I am told that MODOK is the main villain.
I heard that.
The actual preview for the game online, and I tried to capture this and send this over to everybody so they could see it, but I don't know how to do this shit. So we can playing this, so we can watch this together, and you can see how fucking cool this actually looks. And so it is next level.
So wait a minute. So again, okay. So let me ask the questions that maybe everyone else is afraid to ask. Like, for those who don't know, who the fuck is MODOK?
MODOK is
what is it? It's
mechanical organism designed only for killing.
That is him.
I get it right?
Yeah. They just forgot about the word for, but yeah, basically.
Yeah, but he's supposedly, I mean, in some instances they have him in other
wouldn't it be MODOK? If it was for
killing.
It's designed killing.
Designed for
killing. No, designed killing.
Killing.
Oh yeah, designed only killing. Interesting. Yeah, there it was. That's what it was. Okay. Anyway, acronyms not the high point there, but nevertheless, it's so. What an obscure character. If I'm not mistaken, he's a big, dumb, stupid head.
He is.
He
is like a head in a chair, but I think he's a mutated version of one of the fucking Hydra.
Mm-hmm.
Hydra villains. Is that what it is, or just a Hydra agent?
Hydra agent. Interesting. I remember
maybe or something of that name. Don't quote me on this shit.
No, that's fine. I remember
shit here, but I'm just spitballing here about MODOK.
That's fine.
I know he's been in other games because I played different games with him.
Really?
But this is the first time they're putting him in. It seems like he's the major bad guy in the game. I don't know.
He is. No, I've heard about this, and what I've heard about it was mostly. I use the word negative loosely. It was mostly negative, meaning not that the game wasn't expertly done, not that the game didn't have good gameplay, not that it wasn't entertaining or any of that. It was particular fandom bullshit. It was, why give it to MODOK? Why not utilize a character like again Thanos for the 900th time? Like, he hasn't gotten enough exposure. Let's make it about so they went. The question is when being obscure, why such a deep obscurity to that specific character? Why not Baron Zemo or Kang the Conqueror or any of these characters who are supposed to be introduced coming up soon?
I believe in all honesty, I believe that they're either going to be working towards Kang for the next.
I've been hearing about that with the time travel and all that.
Like, I've watched, seeing these games now, these Lego games that they put out, because they have Lego Avengers game as well. And in that game, you know, it's different. It kind of follows the movie and some of the movie stuff and all the stuff that happened during Avengers. Most of it. I don't know if it's so much leading up to the end because they fight different characters at the end. They don't go to the Thanos part. It's the first part of the Avengers.
But you're saying that they're keeping up and continuing some sort of a continuity in the Marvel universe. To your opinion,
the Avengers one they did showing all the movies, but like for the superhero ones, the first one was completely kind of like just Marvel superheroes. It was completely the first guy was Galactus that they had to defeat. Then they
but Galactus to me is like, I mean, I know he's associated a lot with Surfer and stuff like that, but he's a staple Marvel character. He's been illustrated by Kirby millions of times over. So comic heads know who Galactus is.
What I'm saying is they already ran that. They ran that with when they did the Fantastic Four with Silver Surfer. They ran the Galactus. They were like, all right, well, let's move to the next one. They came with part 2. And that's exactly who they came with, Kang. And it makes sense that maybe they might want to go that route. Maybe they're testing the waters and dipping people out. Because if they start figuring out, kids start knowing who these characters are before anybody else, then they start getting.
I think, but I think there's if it's not a speculative theory or a conspiracy theory or something, there's got to be some sort of an attention to detail to go back and go through the Marvel library and pick a character that's completely slept on, and the challenge to make that like MODOK. How do you make MODOK cool? You know what I mean? Obviously, you're saying they did it. You're saying that they did it. So we're going to have to, on the next episode, we're going to have to get the footage. We're going to have to watch this.
There's part of it that looked good. It looks interesting. I need to find out how to next time show.
I mean, he's spooky. He gives off hella Krang vibes. He's just like a fucking floating head with little baby arms and legs. Yeah, he's really fucked up looking, to be honest with you.
I started watching part of it, and it seems to me like they're starting the game off with Miss Marvel. Maybe you start off, and maybe you're trying to become part of the team. Or you are
interesting. So you're trying to join the Avengers, and then once on the team, your skill level goes up to probably the people you battle.
You're going to become one of them, some of that nature. But it's
right. It's unfortunate that I don't have a good enough comic book Avengers knowledge to know like other villains that are like synonymous with the Avengers that I can think of besides, like the Swordsman and dumb shit like that from the old 60s cartoon, and Quicksilver and Magneto, which is kind of really carried over from X-Men battles, or they're just trying to push those characters. So it's like, I don't really know, or really old Fantastic Four villains like the Mole Man or something, again, obscure. Just, I don't know. Interesting pick for Marvel to go with MODOK. So the game is available. Is it available?
September 4th.
September 4th. Okay, gamer heads, check out that shit if you're a comic book fan.
Brand new shit too. PS4's got community challenge, Avengers, cosmetics, where you can kind of create your character and it starts turning into stuff that you would do as that character, I guess, or some crazy shit. I've read some shit. It sounds very interesting. I hope Xbox One does the same type of shit. And I seen somebody say that it was actually created for Xbox or the PS5, but it's going to be playable on the 4. So that's cool as fuck too. So just cool to know, just for everybody.
Because a lot of times when they're pushing a new system, sometimes they'll do an exclusive bundle where the game will be wrapped up, all Avengers deal, and you'll get the commemorative, paddle the game and the box for a upsell, and probably because to get you to buy that game, they know there's people that'll go ham for shit like that. Which again, that shit can be cool. I've seen it done for Call of Duty. I've seen it done for a bunch of games. Didn't you own an edition of one of those one time?
Yeah.
A special edition for a themed game or something like that, So I don't know. I know they make them for Minecraft and all that kind of cool shit. So I guess keep your peepers peeled for that. September 3rd, you said?
September 4th.
September 4th. September 4th it is.
4th.
Yeah, man. That's fucking dope shit.
Motherfucker, you better light one up, right? Because it's 420.
Yeah. Uh-oh. All I got is this here roach. But I'm gonna go and get it. I'm gonna get it good. Hell yeah. He said it wasn't even it, man. What the fuck? Yo, shit. He said it's already 421.
All right. We'll be here next week, though. Okay.
For real. Thank y'all for hanging with us as always. Thank you for taking the time out of your day.
Much love. Man.